I ain't went nowhere. I'm still here.
Okay.
My job just changed a little bit, but my job is to keep competing, keep my burst there. Year 15, I'm still jumping, Joe. I'm still going.
Man, I'm jealous.
The Suns vs Clippers series in the first round has been eventful to say the least. Kawhi and KD have been going at each other, Paul George has been unable to play, and of course we have the Russ and KD matchup, and both of them are killing it. In particular, Russell Westbrook, who may have just turned around his NBA career. In 4 games this series, Russ is putting up borderline career numbers, averaging around 28, 8 and 7. And of course Russ has averaged that triple-double before, and it doesn't really sound like they would be career numbers. And then when you add that to his 40% three-point shooting on practically 5 attempts a game, I think this is the best version of Russ I've seen in a long time. Maybe not career numbers, but nevertheless, still very solid. So this brings up the question, is Russell Westbrook back to being that all-star caliber player that he once was? And is he an asset once again that teams value, or is this just a short stint of success at the Clippers? Okay, so maybe let me rephrase what I just said, because being a Lakers fan, I got to see the best and the worst of Russell Westbrook's brilliance every single game. I solely believe he's performing at this high of a level because he runs the offense predominantly as that number 1 ball handler, and he's surrounded by shooters like Trey Mann, Bones Highland, Norman Powell, Eric Gordon, Robert Covington, and even to an extent Nicholas Batum. He gets them up. They might not be the most efficient, but he puts a hell of a lot of threes up on the board. This gives Russ more room to operate in the paint because not all the attention is drawn to the presence of Zubac and Mason Plumlee, in comparison to the Los Angeles Lakers, who when Westbrook was on that team ranked 26th in three-point attempt. Currently, Russell Westbrook also averages the highest 2-point percentage in his career at around 49%, and that just sums up how much spacing he has at the moment to operate, with the second highest being 47%. At his time at the Houston Rockets. And if you remember those days, Russ was being utilised as a pick and roll partner next to James Harden quite a lot, and he had plenty of space to operate. Of course, playing next to James Harden, you would expect that, but I don't think that Houston team was as tight as this Clippers team in terms of having that camaraderie. It was mostly Westbrook and Harden going to work and not really much else. One more point I want to make is being at the Clippers, Russ doesn't have to have that load of pressure he had at the Lakers, of course. Clips need it, yes, but in terms of shooting the ball, the Clips don't need shooters like the Lakers did when acquiring Russ. So I'd account that to, he's averaging around 40% from 3 on 5 3-point shots a game, which is a pretty high rate. But I do think it's going to slowly diminish to around 35% next season if Russ is to stay at the Clips, which is still pretty admirable, especially for Russell Westbrook. And my last point to mention about Russell Westbrook is his defense has been absolutely incredible this series. We've seen how he's impacted the game, especially in that game 1 where he got that game-winning block on Devin Booker. He's had a few noticeable plays on KD, forcing him to miss shots, and he's even blocked him quite a few times. This series, he's averaging 2 blocks a game and a steal and a half, which, as a guard, that speaks for itself. This Russ defensively, to me, similar to those early 2011 to 2012 days, when Russ's defensive ability was at a whole nother level. Anyway, let me know what you guys think about this version of Russell Westbrook coming into next season. Is he going to be able to back this up? And if he does, I think personally he's an all-star caliber player. Let me know what you guys think though. Or is this just a stint at the Clippers that's a one-series wonder? Presumably, I think if this team sticks together next season, I think Russ is able to string together 18 to 20 points per game with 6 and 6. They're definitely still title contenders, but they're going to have to get that higher seed. So we'll end this video saying, why not?